And more breaking news coming in. The rupee hit a new record low early on Monday and breached the 78 against the dollar for the first time ever after closing at the weakest level of 77.93 in the previous session. And I'm being joined by my colleague Jayesh live on the broadcast, who's reporting from the Mumbai newsroom. Jayesh, a very good morning to you. And just for the benefit of our viewers, if you could just break down these numbers, and if you can also just throw some light on the fact that, if this is connected to the recent second repo rate hike by the RBI.
That's right. Let me just start off with highlighting some of the factors that are actually plaguing the markets. So on Friday, we had the US inflation data that was reported at a 40-year high. And on account of that, we had a massive sell-off across the US markets. That has, of course, had ripple effects into Asian hours as well. And the Nifty currently down about 400 points, and the Nifty Bank also trading about 1200 points lower. Remember that both of these indices now trading very close to their lowest point of May this year. Of course, what market participants will be watching out for is the fact that last week we had the RBI policy, and this week we will in fact have the Federal Reserve that is going to meet, and the expectation is of a 75 basis points hike. But what will be more important is the commentary or the future outlook that is given by the Federal Reserve Chair. Some of the other instruments that have had an impact on the equity markets is the dollar index. Once again, it has crossed above the 103 mark, and the US 10-year yield also, after dipping below that 3% mark, is now back above 3.2%. Back home, we also have seen weakness for our own currency. The rupee this morning has touched lifetime lows of more than 78 to the dollar. So these are some of the broader market instruments that have been plaguing the markets. And you have, of course, the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank, along with the Sensex, which have been trading off from their highest points.
All right, Jayesh, thank you so much for joining us with all those valuable insights.